Hello, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis I, Michael A. Grimm, aka the Multi-Voice. I have many voices, but one opinion. And today I'm going to be doing a behind-the-scenes interview with my good friend who did half of the Looney Tunes, Dennis Sun.
Yep, that's me. I did almost the half of the Looney Tunes.
And, you know, it is a big relief to let you do half of the Looney Tunes because I got me thinking. I mean, not only did I be doing all the Looney Tunes, I would have done all the other side characters, and it would have been very exhausting. And would have maybe a bit of a laryngitis. So I really am thank you that you decided to do the tunes.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. And I was also really glad that you have met me since I've officially found you on Instagram. It was the only way that I could contact with you.
Ah, yes, the Instagram. Before Instagram keeps kicking my ass a couple of times.
Yeah, too bad. But it's lucky enough that I have Facebook and Messenger now.
Yep, and that's really lucky to know that. Now, I had
Yeah.
a thing I also wanted to explain. Since you did half of the Looney Tunes, of the superheroes, and you know, it was kind of funny. I always kept thinking you as the Flash because I always thought you would have been the speedster type.
Yeah, well, in real life, I really love going fast on bike and really going fast by running. When I go on the beach, I always love to gallop like a real horse, for example.
And that's what my brain was going like, he should do the Flash. And you did a good job.
Yeah, thanks.
Unlike other people, a lot of people they always say what superhero they would have compared me with would have been Plastic Man, and that's why I did my actual voice for Plastic Man.
Yeah,
Because I'm always so
yeah,
funny, silly, and making jokes.
yeah. And speaking of Plastic Man, when I saw your review of Plastic Man, I really find it funny that you made a thumbnail of you being Plastic Man, which Deadpool made a joke of it.
But like I said on my review, it's like I'm wearing leggings, like I'm bare-legged. I'd rather wear pants and boots.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
I mean, when it comes to me in costumes, my mind is thinking boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
Yeah, and not bare-legged.
Mm-hmm. And a little upset to hear about that Warner Brothers, the CEO, he decided to sell Warner Brothers and give it to Ketchup Studio. And one thing I do had to the job of and the original Looney Tunes the way they were before all the changes they gave.
Yeah, it's really bad that Warner Brothers decided to give up Looney Tunes.
Now, I haven't even seen The Day the Earth Blew Up, but I did saw a couple of clips, and I can tell it is a big love letter to the classic Looney Tunes back in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
And another thing I also wanted to do like a sort of like a Looney Tunes back in action like movie called Coyote versus Acme. And when they finished the movie, the CEO refused it to be released, not letting us get to watch it. But ever since Ketchup Studio owned the rights, they're planning to release the movie pretty soon. And I feel like watching it myself and see how it goes with Wile E. Coyote suing Acme for having all those equipment going malfunction on him every time he's trying to catch the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
So at least a lot of good things go. I mean, a lot of good things been happening for Looney Tunes, and even one interesting fact: even though Warner Brothers owned DC Comics and owns the DC superheroes, even though Looney Tunes is no longer on Warner Brothers, but DC Comics still keeps the Looney Tunes, so that's a good thing right there.
Yeah, it sure is.
But anyway, this is kind of like my loss in adaptation, what I left in, what I left out. Like on most of the comics, I was more faithful to the comics itself, and that's why I wish that Warner Brothers should have done an animated adaptation, which they'll never do.
Yeah, I wish they did it too.
Yeah,
Combined
I
with
mean,
the DC animated universe.
yeah. And even probably do a Looney Tunes back in action. I mean, it'd be pretty interesting seeing Henry Cavill Superman with a cartoon Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, but on the Space Jam: A New Legacy, I did see that when Bugs Bunny and LeBron James went to the DC world, they almost encountered with the DC superheroes, but they passed the idea of joining the basketball team.
Yeah, that was pretty. I mean, I did enjoy the New Legacy, and that was pretty good. But of course, it's also given me an idea for one of the Doctor Who episodes that I'm working all involving of one of the Doctor Who episodes where my doctor meets video game characters like it's a me, Mario, and Sonic the Hedgehog, Lara Croft, and also Master Chief reporting for duty.
Yeah.
But if you ever think about if you want to do some video game characters, let me know. I mean, if you want to do like Sonic or Mario or Master Chief.
No, and yeah, sorry, but no thanks. To be honest, I'm not really interested in Sonic the Hedgehog or Mario. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, it's all right. Anyway, one thing I did change there. I mean, one thing I did do, I did put in like modern updated jokes because, like, for instance, in the comic book, Bugs Bunny gets up on the escalator and says, nothing good on my satellite dish tonight. My streaming service. And I thought that was the most updated joke I can ever add it in this because since this was made in 2000s,
Yeah.
I needed to update some of the jokes to make it funny and make a lot of sense too. That was one thing that I had to change is that joke. And the
Yeah.
rest of the comics are still the same until there is this one scene in the chain. I mean, there's one scene in this comic that I had to cut out in case somebody wants to know. Plastic, a cat, and Pepe Le Pew gets aggressive towards him, and he told him, "I'm a superhero."
Oh,
And Pepe Le Pew says, "Oh
oh
man, not yet."
my!
No. I thought that was a bit much, and it was awkward, and I thought it wasn't good enough for the audio. That's why I kind of. But it would have been.
Yeah,
But it's today's society. Everybody always say that Pepe Le Pew, he should be no longer part of part of Looney Tunes because they're saying that he is a. I mean, if he was a real person, he would have been registered as a sex offender because how aggressive he is towards women.
yeah, I understand.
So, for the sake of argument, in
Yeah,
case I'm going to hear a complaint from people. And one thing that I thought I was kind of surprised is that one song that I use more in the audio, I don't get a copyright claim on that one because most of the time I do get a copyright claim on music, but it's mostly an okay copyright claim, means I can use it at many times without getting flagged. And the song that I use, I didn't get a copyright claim on it, and that was a theme song for a certain studio that I found that used to sell DVD. And I thought the song was so good, that's why I decided to use it on my audio.
yeah, okay.
And of course, one villain that it was sort of brief that I had the pleasure on doing the voice of is, of course, the penguin,
Yeah, the
British,
penguin.
but I mean, going like, I am the penguin. I'm the guy who enjoys illegal gambling strip club. Because that's
Yeah,
how he is in the comics, but this is a kid, so I thank goodness they didn't add that. And a little known fact,
yeah.
when I got to the was going in disguise the voice but sound more like Bugs Bunny, so instead of doing this when he's in disguise, I changed it to I wanted to give the homage to the old classic Bugs Bunny, where Bugs Bunny didn't sound like that. He kind of sounded like this, always talking to his teeth and go like, "Hey there, Sonny, what's up, Doc?" I mean, that's what he sounded like back then before they gave him a more proper voice.
Oh yeah.
And I knew I should have done. I mean, that was one regret I did when I did the Chicken Hawk voice. I was sounding more like Gilbert Gottfried or the other voices, so I knew I should have done the Joe Pesci impression, and I would have done a better Chicken Hawk than when I did in the audio. Are you freaking serious? That's one regret
Hmm.
I do have. But luckily, I was so happy on most of the work I've done and what you have done, and of course, thank God that I do a lot of research on DC characters because before I discovered the internet, I used to collect encyclopedia books of DC superheroes and Marvel heroes. And of course, I was more fascinated to the DC, so I knew more about the characters. And Adam Fishwick did a really great job doing the Toyman, and I thought his voice was perfect.
Yeah, I find his voice as the Toyman amazing too.
So, I mean, sometimes I always think about what kind of voice I would imagine what the character would sound like. And when I thought up the Toy Man and I did research about him, what kind of person he was, and that's when it hit me. He would have sounded more like Adam, and then picked a good cast.
Well done.
Sorry about that. You got cut. What did you say?
Well done.
Mm. And of course, when I did the Green Arrow voice, I thought it's about time for me to do Green Arrow with my Batman impression. So that's why I had to use my Batman to do Green Arrow. Since I have Jericho as Batman, since he always wanted to play Batman, he asked me to see superhero stuff. He wanted to make sure I would cast him as Batman, so I gave him that kind of break. But sometimes I like to be Batman sometimes, but doing Green Arrow is close enough.
Yeah, well, sometimes I also love doing Batman by doing the Kevin Conroy impression of some of the video clips of some of the Justice League animated series or Justice League Unlimited.
Which I have to admit, that was a pretty damn good job you did there.
Thanks, Michael.
Anytime, Dennis. And like I said, I hated the character of the singing frog, but he's supposed to be part of the joke, so that's why I
Yeah,
I only did the
yeah.
copied the singing, his songs he always sings in every single scene. I mean, his "Hello, my baby, hello, my honey, hello, my red hot girl."
Uh, yeah, so annoying that he only sticks to one person and no one else.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. I even saw him in Tiny Toon Adventure, and I hated him from Tiny Toon Adventure because he was supposed to pretend to be dead, and Hampton the pig was supposed to dissect him, but he gets up and sings. And then when everybody's saying, "What's this? A frog? He sings. Come on, sing, sing!" And everybody thinks he's crazy. And even ruined his life by grabbing the speaker comm in the school and keep singing really loud to everybody, getting them in more trouble. And I was like, "What the freaking hell?" That's why I always hated that
Yeah,
frog.
yeah, I understand. Me too.
Now,
I own. Yep.
Mr. Mixel Spitlick and the Dodo, I mean, under the Dodo, but if I did the Dodo, it would sound more like Mr. Mixel-Spitlick, so I had to find another kind of voice, and I found this character called Go-Go Dodo from Tiny Toon Adventures, and that's when I got this voice for the Dodo, and I thought this was a lot better voice than kind of sound like Mr. Missile Godfrey.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool.
Give respect to Gilbert Gottfried because he was a really great voice actor and he really fit the tone of being the most annoying, obnoxious, but mischievous kind of character, which pretty much gave him the voice of doing Mr. Mixel-Spitlick in the Superman cartoons and tons of other cartoons he've done.
Yeah, and not even forget to mention he did also a great job voicing Iago from Aladdin. Whoa, that's a big surprise!
Why, thank you, Iago. That was outspoken. And of course, I thought your Foghorn Leghorn was pretty good.
Yeah.
Any
Thanks.
job doing Foghorn Leghorn and your Daffy Duck, and also your Sylvester and my Tweety.
Yeah, I mean, Foghorn Leghorn is also one of the few Looney Tunes characters that I've rarely done in my impression videos, along with Sylvester and Beaky Buzzard. But at least I did get a chance to do the voice of them in your audio, along with Daffy Duck and yeah, just Daffy Duck. Yeah. Oh, and Foghorn Leghorn too. Yosemite Sam.
Ah, yes, yeah. Yosemite Sam, which you did an outstanding job on Yosemite Sam. And remember this. I mean, if you want to know what Daffy Duck looks like as Bat Duck, here you go.
Wow. I am the Knight, the Dark Knight. Eeyore, beware.
And one thing I thought it was really more hilarious. I mean, if you ever think about it, if you ever watch any of the Adam West Batman shows, you could pretty much see how corny and campy that show is. And I always thought I put two and two together. If Daffy Duck's going to be bad and can't be like Adam West, so that's why I thought up the idea that Daffy Duck is a big fan of Adam West.
Yeah.
Except Daffy Duck ain't going to be saying double entendre. Catwoman puts a little rat on my utility belt. Because that was one thing Adam West does. He does double entendre jokes that the kids don't get, but us grown-ups get it.
Yeah.
Of course, there were other things I had to cut out, like the time that in this comic book, the Green Arrow and talk about the talking frog, and the frog is not singing to everybody except Green Arrow, and then poof, disappears right in front of everybody. I thought that was a bit of a stretch, so I cut it out.
Yeah, okay.
But this
understandable.
And this was my favorite scene. I love seeing this in the comics and doing it in the audio. I cannot tell you how many times I get to that scene and I'm getting teary-eyed and excited. I mean, even though I make it, it just gets me so emotional hearing all these DC superheroes and the Looney Tunes together talking amongst themselves.
Yeah, and even on your and even on your 50th anniversary, when you showed it, you said, I would like to have this as a poster hung up on my wall.
And I still do. I mean, hey, if anybody's doing poster, ladies and gentlemen, take this picture and make me a damn poster so I can have it on my wall.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. And of course, Laura, she did a really great job doing Wonder Woman. I mean, not Wonder Woman.
Lois
Lois.
Lane.
Yeah. I have one thing I had to admit. She's a very talented voice actress. I mean, any character with a different accent, I always ask her, and she does a splendid job of doing different accents. I mean, when she did her Lois Lane, it made me forgot she's British.
Yeah, I think she did a pretty dang good job too.
And of course, I had Yana Jessicine doing the voice of Wonder Woman, which she did a great job too. Even though I had her doing the voice of Supergirl in my Doctor Who series, I thought it was better for her to do the voice of Wonder Woman as well. Sort of like it's kind of like my way of promoting her from Supergirl to Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I see.
And Luke Lane, great job doing Aquaman. I mean, he even once asked me, "How do you want me to do Aquaman? You want me to do like Jason Momoa or what?" And I said, "You can if you want to." But when I want him to do also the Martian Manhunter, he had a unique idea of using the voice editor, so he sounds all alien-like while he is Martian Manhunter. Well, I'm doing my Marvin the Martian. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, and to be honest, he also did some pretty much like the voice actor of Aquaman in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited too.
Really?
Yeah, he sure does. Honestly.
And of course, one thing I also wanted to change a bit is Batman's attitude, because in the comic, like Batman, like being a-okay and everything, I thought it'd be a little better if Jericho plays Batman. Like every time when Bugs Bunny or any other character is saying something silly, he's like, tunes, kind of like Ellie Valiant from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a little bit like that.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy doing the voice of Macintosh. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful, splendid.
Oh,
Now,
wonderful! Simply wonderful! Yep.
go ahead, go ahead.
After you! Thank you!
Now, I've heard a lot of people say that the way Macintosh is being portrayed, they say that they are the most open, gay Looney Tune characters, but I really don't think much on the LGBTQ stuff, but the power to them. I mean, I'm just making the character the way they are, in the way I'm just I don't want to argue or anything like that. So if they think Macintosh are like the first Looney Tune gay couple, I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, alright. Why not?
And one thing I thought it was really interesting is having some of these lines. I mean, when I did the trailer cover, like I did my Bugs Bunny saying, "So this means we get our Justice League membership cards," and then Elmer Fudd saying, "Crime never pays," and that's when I wanted you to say this line. Watch where you're aiming that.
Yeah.
This suit's a rental.
Watch where you're aiming that, Bob! It's for rental!
Yeah, and I added the other part of the cover where Superman and Bugs Bunny is like, he's fighting crime. Why not? It's a foul play. And I also did enjoy how the Looney Tunes put their minds together at robots, which when I did, oh yeah, and the one that I did enjoy the most, I didn't want to get a copyright claim if I used the long version of the Macarena song. So that's why when you did Sylvester, you said, "I don't know, looks like the Macarena."
Yeah. That was
Play
hilarious.
do the short version of the song, going like Macarena, hey Macarena, and then breaks down.
Yeah, so hilarious.
And of course, Grant, who does the voice of Commissioner Gordon and Alfred, I thought he did a great job because I wanted to find a different voice who sounds a little older. So I thought of my good friend, really good work on voice acting. And I thought he would have been perfect to do Alfred and Commissioner Gordon in this one.
Yeah, cool.
And of course, I thought it was a great timing to do this scene. That's the word. Justice League of America means anything to you, Bob? And I thought playing the original Justice League theme song while that happened.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, the toy man gets surrounded. He's
Yep.
outnumbered.
Yes, indeed.
You're outnumbered, Bob!
And of course, my Perry White impression, I just thought, well, Perry White, he's a CEO of a newspaper company, and it's kind of similar to the voice man, because J. Jonah Jameson, he's like, Spider-Man is a menace to society. He's a criminal. Use that voice, but make him more friendlier by saying, Superman is a hero. He saves all of us. He is our hope.
Yeah, that's more friendlier than the professional J. Jonah Jameson.
But I have to say to you, Dennis, out of all those characters you have done, which was your number one favorite? A lot more fun
Daffy
doing the
Duck.
voice.
Oh, Daffy Duck, of course. Yeah, he's my number one favorite Looney Tunes character.
I always loved doing Superman and Bugs Bunny because, heck, I would have make up my own skit by using my Superman and my Bugs Bunny and doing our own funny skits. So where's my membership? Where's my Justice League membership cards? We don't have Justice League membership cards. Pooper here.
Yeah, and I even remember that you also edited another scene of Daffy Duck wanting to keep the Bat costume from Batman.
I thought that Daffy Duck deserved that because that was one thing I added in the audio that was never in, and even ask if he has a autographed picture of Adam West. And why the whole Diet Coke? I mean, that was never in the comic. The comic, Daffy Duck says, "Where can I get a soda?" But I thought I changed it to Diet Coke because the first and the second Batman movie came out, the Michael Keaton Diet Coke commercials with Batman showing up trying to get a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm giving an homage to that whole Diet Coke thing with your Daffy trying to get himself a Diet Coke because he idolized Batman so much that he would probably be Coke.
Yeah, and even in the one Duck Dodgers episode, I was really amused that when he picked up his suit, Dr. IQI was like, turns out that he walked away with a Batman suit.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing I did change. Now, the comic book was made back in 2000s, and the last actor who played I wanted to be more updated because, when Daffy Duck says, tell George Clooney if he wants to play me, get a bill and web feet, I decided to change it and let you say, tell Robert Pattinson to, if he wants to play him, grow a bill and all that because, like I said, I wanted to update the jokes. And one thing I did, I thought it was really hilarious, is do a fourth wall joke because in the comics, Bugs Bunny asks Batman, "Do you think George Clooney will be?" I changed that to, "Do you think Michael A. Grimm will be perfect to play me in the movie?" And surprisingly, Jericho, who did the voice of Batman, he ad-libbed and said, "Only if Jericho Kane plays me in the movie." But I used that as a blooper because I thought that was so funny. I didn't want to get rid of it.
Yeah. All right.
And I also love to give the homage to all the voice actors throughout our childhood. And I'm surprised that not many people know about oh man, I Bud Colomer. Not many people know about Bud Colomer because he does the voice of Superman from the old time radio series of Superman and the Max Fleischer's cartoon. So I thought
Oh
he
yeah.
deserved to be on that tribute along and Arthur Q. Bryan, Gilbert Gottfried, and
Oh
Conroy.
yeah.
And that's I thought giving them a tribute is the most honorable thing for me to do because I do believe in, like I said, I give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, that's really nice. I also love paying tribute to these actors.
Mm. And I also love to let people know what they. I mean, when I did the credits, I thought it was best to put look like. I mean, in case anybody wants to know what I look like, what you look like, what everybody else who did the voice look like.
Yeah.
And but one thing I am planning to do, maybe next year on October, my way to celebrate continuing on, I'm thinking about doing like short episodes based on this I got here.
Ah, yeah, Batman and Elmer Fudd, for example.
Now, this is volume one, and I'm still waiting for volume two to be available on Amazon. But I'm probably just going to start them one at a time. And my personal favorite is superheroes, futuristic superhero team. And then next one would have been, give me a sec. Next one would have been Marvin the Martian and the Martian Manhunter. And so on and
Oh,
so
really amazing!
and so on and so forth. But I'm also wanted to make it like an anthology because these are like anthology series, and I'm gonna do exactly like what Marvel done with Marvel's What If, where they're all hosted by Uatu the Watcher. I thought it'd be a better idea if I'm gonna start these sports. I think the Dodo should host it. Hello, I'm the last of the Dodo, and I'm gonna tell you, I decided to break some rules and let the superhero team up with the Looney Tunes once again and see some mayhem. And today, let's see Bugs Bunny meet the League of Superheroes.
League of Superheroes, huh?
And now, if I get volume two, I think I might need your two. Guess what they have on volume two?
What is it?
Joker meets Daffy Duck.
Yeah, that's the one. I've looked it up on the internet. Yeah.
If I get volume two, out of that one, of course I do my good old Joker impression. Let's see if I can.
Yeah.
And of course, one thing that I also was shocked that they have another one where Lex Luthor meets Porky Pig, except it's kind of a
Ooh.
crude and harsh because every time when Lex Luthor does something wrong, he's using Porky Pig as an scapegoat.
Oh man.
But there's also one that it's a sort of like a huge event, and it's called Catwoman and Black Canary meets Sylvester and Tweety, where Catwoman is with Sylvester, suffering succotash. I'm with this girl, and
Wow.
Tweety is with Black Canary, going like, I thought I saw a Black Canary. I did talk Black Canary. one thing that I thought it was really interesting with Catwoman and Black Canary fighting against each other, along with Sylvester and Tweety. All of a sudden, Witch Hazel shows up, and she does this sort of spell where all the cat-like superheroes and villains are fighting against a bunch of villains. So they're kind of fighting it out, sort of like a cat and bird war.
Cat and bird wars.
Yeah. And of course, there's also Harley Quinn meets Gruesomer, and I don't even know how that's going to go. I mean, big red monster, all meeting Harley Quinn pudding. Of course, I don't know if Laura will be good enough to do the voice of Harley Quinn, or probably find somebody else who can do the same accent like Harley Quinn does. But I start with some of the scripts on the DC and Looney Tunes anthology series and see what's going to happen after that. And if there's some characters that you would also like to do the voice of, I'll let you know.
Yeah, well, at least I would love to do Duck Duck, Yosemite Sam, and Sylvester, if given the chance.
Well, actually, believe it or not, there's one issue here that you are not going to believe. Now,
what would it be?
I don't know if you ever heard of Jonah Hex. He's a former Confederate soldier turned bounty hunter who time traveled. And they did a Jonah Hex meets Foghorn Leghorn and Yosemite Sam.
Oh, yeah, the one, yes. I've seen him in Justice League Unlimited when Batman, Wonder Woman, and John Stewart Green Lantern were time traveling into the past, into the Western times.
Yeah, and also Jonah Hex starts noticing about Batman, and he said, "Trust me, I'm a time traveler too." And of course, one of them said, "I wish I had those lasers," and he said, "Not that compatible. Always getting jammed." So, future, I guess you and I are going to have a lot of work cut out on next October if I'm continuing on doing an anthology audio series based on these.
Yeah, okay, that would be cool and awesome. I would be honored to join in.
Well, at the meantime, I'm still waiting for Jericho with his Doctor Who Time and Space. I'll send you the script, and you and I will talk about who will be playing who on this one.
Okay.
But I'm also kind of sharing some ideas with him, like let Daffy Duck get into his Duck Dodgers costume and try to act like a typical cliche space hero, even though the Doctor's doing his part.
Yeah. Duck Dodgers and the 24 and 1/2 century!
A big deal.
Pipe down, eager young space cadet. Trust me. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, sure, the Dodgers. But anyway, this is my behind-the-scenes talk. You enjoy this me and Dennis doing our impression and talking about it, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe. Anything you want to add before I go?
Well, let me see. No, and blee, 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 blee. That's all, folks.
Hey, that's my line. You earned it. Bleep, 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 and that's all, folks. I'm just going to end it in my old-fashioned way. I'm the multi-voice